Hello, welcome to my channel, Fig and Thistle Books. Today we're going to talk about some exciting news. Let me adjust this camera there. Some exciting news and talk a little bit about how 2017 has been and my goal for 2018, which is, spoiler alert, going to be book intensive. So, about a week and a half ago, my husband and I decided that we needed to move and move very quickly. We had already planned on moving next summer. But due to many circumstances that I won't go into, it became necessary that we move very quickly. And so we found a place online last week. We went and looked at it last Friday, the Friday before Christmas, and we went and signed the lease today. So next week we are moving, and that's exciting and scary, and my house is in shambles. So I'm taking this moment to film because I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to film my New Year's stuff. Also know I'm filming now because the light is good and my kids are playing upstairs. So at any moment the kids will come and be like, hey, what are you doing, Mom? Blah, blah, blah. And so they might pay us a visit. That's okay though. We're going to keep it real here. Hashtag real life. So let's talk. So 2017 has been a crap year. Basically, my family's been in a very, very, very rough period that started roughly the end of 2015 with me being very ill with a depressive episode. And then 2016, things were starting to get better. And then the end of 2016, we had a very bad thing that happened to our family. And 2017 has been the reverberations of the bad thing that happened, and it has also led to other issues. And as I mentioned before, I have a child who was quite sick this year, and so this year has been one of fear and anxiety and worry and feeling helpless. There has been good, there has been joy, there has been love. I feel like I've grown closer to my family. I've learned that I have a great network of friends. I've learned to be content and sitting in that tension between I'm really enjoying this cup of coffee and this, beautiful day, and things are bad right now. So I feel like 2017, my theme for the year was growth. I typically pick a word to kind of encompass the year of what I want to work on. And so this year was growth, and I very much grew a lot. I feel like my family grew closer. I grew some wonderful friendships. My career has grown. I've gone to several conferences. I presented at a conference. I started graduate school in my profession. I've done really well in graduate school. So this has been a year of growth. However, 2018 will be a return to tangible goals because I'm tired. I don't want to do a big, meaningful something. I need something tangible. I don't need growth or mindfulness or contentment or joy. I need like a number I can reach for something. You hear my kids? Here they come. Hey, Mama's recording a video. I'm going to talk about books here in a bit. Say hi. This is going to go on YouTube, Atticus.
Wait.
Yeah? Can I go back to recording my video? Are you doing your sloth impression?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
All right, y'all go play. Be nice.
See, this is sloth expression.
Okay, this is his sloth expression.
Not mine.
Oh, isn't that a great sloth impression? Oh, yep, there he goes. There's the sloth.
Have a turn.
There it goes. Yeah, you're going to turn in a minute. There it goes. Okay, sloth and down. And here's Persy, who got a makeup kit for Christmas. As you can see, her beautiful makeup.
Move her.
Okay, now no fighting. Go play. Mama's going to do her video.
My name is Persy.
Her name is Persy. All right, y'all go play. Be good. Okay, yeah, so side swipe. Okay. I'm not going to edit that out because it was cute. So you just have to do it in real life. Okay, so my usual New Year's resolutions encompass like these grandiose things that in a way I have looked at as being more tangible because growth can be interpreted in many different ways. I'm not saying I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to, get out of debt. I'm not, bra straps by me. I'm not gonna set all these crazy goals. Instead, it's like growth. Well, that can be interpreted in so many different ways. Hey, my pants got bigger. Growth. Just kidding. So, but this year, my 2018 goal is to read. That's it. Read. Because what has happened in this year of badness is I have not read. I've read 24 books this year, which is half of what I normally read. I could say it's because, well, I'm in grad school and, I'm doing homework. Yeah, sometimes I'm doing homework. Or I could say I haven't read because I'm scrolling through Facebook or I'm playing Candy Crush. It's some of that, but that's the side effects of the real reason. The real reason has been anxiety. It has been nothing but anxiety. I've had to change my medication. I'm now on anti-anxiety medications on the daily. Basically, when I go to read, reading takes mindfulness and stillness and quiet. So every single time I have opened a book to read, I am immediately peppered with these thoughts of, what if something goes wrong? What if I need to do this? What if I need to do that? I should be doing this. I should be doing that. And having a child who has been sick all year has meant a lot of that time is making phone calls, researching things, documenting things, trying to find help and treatment. And so when I get to a place where I'm able to be still, my homework's done, things are taken care of, I can read. I can't read because I feel like I'm being a shitty mom. I'm being a shitty student. There's something I should be doing. I should be doing the other thing I'm supposed to be doing. And I can't quiet my mind to read. It's racing constantly. And so picking a goal of reading, I guess you could say my overarching goal would be being mindful or being present or working on some strategic coping skills for my anxiety. But honestly, I just needed to be reading because when I read, I'm taking time for myself. I'm taking time to be quiet and still and reflective and relaxed. And it's been, reading books has been like a core element of who I am as a person. And when I'm not reading or I'm not enjoying what I'm reading, I feel lost. I feel like I don't know who I am. I start to feel like I do when I'm depressed, when I start to like not enjoy things that I typically enjoy. And it scares me. And so I want to make 2018 a year where I return to reading in an intentional, thoughtful, enjoyable way, where I'm able to engage with what I'm reading and really just get into it. Just get back to reading. A side issue of 2017 has been I have spent a lot of money on books. And not even books that I necessarily like. I nipped it in the bud the latter half of the year. But at the beginning of the year, what would happen is something related to the bad thing or my child's illness would happen. And I would tell my husband, we have to go to the bookstore. Or I would go online and subscribe to a book. Or I would fill up an Amazon cart and order books. Because I couldn't read, but books, they're what comforts me. And so if I couldn't read them, I work in the library. If I couldn't read them, by golly, I was going to be caressing their spines and breathing them in. And that's not healthy. It's okay to buy books, but it's not okay to buy books as a way to cope or deal with problems on the reg. So that's out. So 2018, year of reading. How am I going to accomplish this? Well, what I did was I started thinking, how is it that I was able to read so much when I had an infant and a toddler, or I was in the middle of moving, or, whatever else. And I got to thinking, I read while I was nursing. When Sam would get home from work and I was home from work in the evening, when Atticus was a baby, I would feed him and then he would play on the floor with his dad and I would sit on the couch and read a book. On the weekends, I picked up a book. I read during when the kids read in the evening. I read all the time. I had a book in my bag with me always. I spent my lunch break reading. There was a period of time when I woke up at 5 in the morning every day so I could have an hour and a half of reading before the kids got up. So that's what I'm going to go back to doing. Before, I prioritized reading. So I looked at, when can I read? When can I read? When can I read? And I want to get back to that. So I made a little plan of attack of how I'm going to accomplish my reading goals. My goal is not just reading. Now keep in mind, I read 24 books this year. My goal is to read between 60 and 75 books in 2018. And that is a lofty goal for me. And so we're like, I read 150. Not going to do that. The reason why I've set such a high goal is because I'm really going to have to get in the habit and retrain my brain to sit down and read a book when I have a chance. Whether that's 10 minutes while I'm waiting at the doctor or a couple hours when I have a quiet evening and the kids are in bed, I have to retrain myself to be able to sit and read and let go of everything else. So that's going to give me a chance to, setting a lofty goal, I think is going to give me a chance to be like, well, how will I achieve this? The only way this is achievable is if I get in the practice of reading again and I make that time sacred. Sacred. And I don't feel like a crappy mom or a crappy student if I'm taking time to read a book. So that's one, is prioritizing reading by having a big goal. Two is I have rearranged my work schedule. I'm no longer working on weekends. I'm instead going to work 2 evenings a week. And that means during those 2 weekdays, I will have time both to do my studies and I should have some time to read. I'm also not opening in the morning like I've usually done. Usually I would open and then I would spend 2 hours running errands or freaking out about stuff before I picked up the kids. No more. The kids are going to school. And then mom has an hour and a half to be before I go to work. And so in addition to doing going back to morning pages, reading is going to be part of that. I will have time in my schedule. That's what I'm going to do. The other thing is I'm going to reinstitute mom time. So mom time is what I called that time when my kids were very tiny, when I would leave them with dad and I would take myself off somewhere for an hour or two and read a book. Now, I go to work on papers, I go to do homework, but very rarely do I say, okay, I'm going to go somewhere and read a book. Because for some reason I've gotten this weird mindset that is negligent as a parent. No, that's not, it's good. I play games with my kids, I read to them, I spend time with them, but they are constantly entertained, and the place we're moving to has a fenced-in yard. So it is time for me to start setting some boundaries with my 4-year-old and 7-year-old of, we can play, but then mama wants to read her book. So you need to go play. And that's what I'm going to do. Because if anything, over Christmas, I've realized that they think I'm like an indentured servant. So it's going to be, we will spend time together and I love you, but get your butt outside. Mama's going to read her book. So that's a goal. The other thing is prioritizing bookish things that make me excited about reading. So that can be readathons, that can be challenges, that can be following Facebook pages that are bookish, keeping up with my bookish friends, anything that kind of surrounds me with that community of readers. So that's going to help. I'm going to be turning my phone off in the evening. That will help. And also book journaling. So I have my Ink and Volt planner I love. I also have a journal that I journal in my morning pages and stuff. And now I have a journal where I will be writing about how much I read every day and what I thought, and hopefully that will help with that mindfulness piece, because this year, even when I would read, I was not reading. I would have the book and I'd be reading the words and following the plot, and in the back of my head it's what about this, what about this, what about this, what about this. So if I'm taking some notes in writing up my thoughts. Hopefully that will help focus my reading. And then participating in some reading challenges at a reasonable number, not signing up for 50 million things I'm not going to do. But I'm going to focus on my 3 reading challenges I have picked for this year, and that's Ruth Being Readers TBR Pile Challenge, my poetry challenge, and my Virago challenge. So I'm going to focus on those. And we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I'm excited to focus on books. I'm excited to take a year of not trying to do something lofty and magnificent, but focus on myself. Because this is gonna sound over dramatic and kind of emo, but I don't know who I am. If I'm not reading, I don't know who I am as a person. To spend a year loving books and wanting to read and finding books that I want to read this, it sounds so good, and then not being able to read and not being able to focus and appreciate and just having the joy sucked out of this thing that I love has been the pits. And I could say, oh, it's a reading slump, but it's been a year and a half. That's a little long for a slump. So I'm gonna kick its tail. It's being evicted. No more reading slump. So, moving to a new house, gonna get my bookshelves up. When we went in, Atticus was like, Mama, this should be your reading corner. Your chair can go here. And he did pick a perfect space with beautiful light. So, that's what I'm going to do. 2018, I'm gonna read all the things. And it's gonna be great. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.